Okay, I'm Stephanie Calabrese, and I'm 19 years old, and by daytime, I'm a host at Umami Burger / nanny for a couple kids, and by night, I'm a photographer. During the day too, I mean, it's hard to take photos at night. To be honest, I can't remember what first inspired me to take photos, but I know what keeps inspiring me to continue taking photos. It's probably the love around me and all of the support I get with everyone telling me that I'm doing a great job, but not only that, but it's my emotional outlet. I put all of my energy into it, and when I do that, I just feel fantastic. I think everybody should find their little niche in life, and even if they're not good at it or if they're great at it, I think people should just keep going for whatever makes them happy. I don't exactly know why I started, but I know why I continue to do it, and it's just because it makes me happy. My first camera was the Canon PowerShot, and I saved up all of my money for it because my dad and my mom didn't think I was responsible enough to have a really nice camera, so they wanted to get me like a Target brand camera at first. I was like, no, fine, I'll just do this on my own. I did so many chores, and I was like 13. I got my first like real camera. It was liberating because I paid for it on my own and nobody else helped me get it, so that was cool. So when I first started photography, I'd get together all of my stuff and I'd do these photo shoots with my friends, and we'd have like amazing ideas. We'd do face paint, we would hike up into these mountains, and what really enabled me was the lack of education I had on how to use my camera. I was really using it just like the presets, and once I got into college and I started taking these college classes and I like furthered my education on how to actually photograph things and my light, or like education on light and my different resources, that's what really bummed me out about other photo shoots, because now I want to go back and do them the right way instead of like the half-ass way. Oh, sorry. Sometimes, I mean, this may sound so cliche, but sometimes I just wake up and get an idea. And other times, I will look online and I'll see something, and this may sound a little catty, but I'm like, you know what, I can probably do that better. And I try put myself out there, and I try to succeed in different ways. And when I go for a photo shoot and I have an envision in my head, 90% of the time, it's not what I wanted, but I create something new that I end up liking instead. And yeah, that's pretty much how I brainstorm photo shoot ideas. I have a lot of favorite novels. One that strikes out in my head is probably To Kill a Mockingbird. And first I would have to reread the whole novel front to back, cover to cover. Second, I'd probably have to think of like different friends of mine or different people that could play the different characters in my photos. But I would probably really focus on Atticus Finch because he's my absolute favorite character. Probably with him with some glasses and a book, you know, sitting in the forest just chilling, relaxing, because that's what his character to me is like, and I just capture him in his element, and that's how I would probably take pictures of To Kill a Mockingbird. Alright, so my biggest passion when taking photographs is taking pictures of people, because I love to capture emotions. It brings me a lot of joy when I take a picture of somebody and it makes them happy, because I know my photos will always make me happy, but to make somebody else happy and make them feel beautiful really inspires me as a photographer. And I think if every photographer strives to not only fulfill their photography needs but everybody else around them, I think photography would be a bigger hobby, and that's what I like to do. I like to capture people's smiles. Okay, so there's this one picture of Sam Koshak, and she's sitting on a rock, and it was overlooking Simi Valley, and I told her to spin really fast on this rock, and she was like, oh no, that's really dangerous. And I was like, no, just go for it. And I love capturing silhouettes, but they can be really hard sometimes. And just this one photo I captured, it was her in a white dress, and she was spinning and she was dancing, and it almost, when she was dancing on the rock, it almost seemed like she forgot I was there. And I totally captured the free spirit of not only Sam Koshak, but women in general. And since it's a silhouette, you can't necessarily tell that it's Sam. So it's a symbol of all women in general just being free and letting loose and being who they are, and not being afraid to dance when people are looking or not looking. And it's yeah, that's probably my favorite photo that speaks to me. In photography, a symbol of success for me would probably be a time in my life where I can teach others what I've learned in photography. Because not only is photography the camera aspect and the Photoshop, but it's also the emotional drive that's behind it all. And for a lot of people, it's hard to not only learn how to do that, but express themselves. And if I could take the time and learn how to teach people how to express themselves, I think that would be a great symbol of success. A quote that I guess comes to my head is, normal is an illusion. What is normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. I think I really, by Morticia Adams. I really like that quote just because with art in general, nothing's normal. Like, there's no norm in art. There are so many different levels of art, and if I tried to play it normal, it wouldn't be art. It would just be what everyone expects, and I always like to be outside the box. Thank you so much for watching my interview. I'm Stephanie. I just wanted to say thanks to all my friends and family out there that always support me in my photography, and I'd love to support anybody else in photography. There's some links below if you ever want to shoot, or if you want me to shoot you. Oh wait, okay, hold on, never mind. Hit me up, and yeah, go 48 Hour Theater Company, woo! What was the question again? I'm also hungry.